Lee, Long, and Wayne counties. The mobile service will provide preventive medicine and outpatient procedures on site. For more information, contact Wolf Animal Hospital at 912-427-3212.
I'm Dr. Charles Hall.
And I'm Dr. Stefania Wilcox.
And we are ready to serve you and your four-legged family members at our main hospital or one of our satellite locations. Contact us at Wolf Animal Hospital at 912-427-3212. 912-427-3212.
It's time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show on WIFO-FM, brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply, Mike Bridgeford and Blackshear. And we welcome a new sponsor, Wolf Animal Hospital, this morning. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. Glad to have Wolf Animal Hospital as a sponsor of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. We've got several guests today. First guest in is pastor of Calvary Baptist Church, Mr. Van Dempsey, in with several things going on at the church. So, Pastor, always good to see you. Appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you for having me. Glad to be on with you this morning, Bob. I did want to come in. I don't know if folks remember last year we did this. I know you do, but we, through the Georgia Baptist Convention, we have a dental mobile unit that we brought in last year, and we're having that this coming weekend. And where we have that unit set up, and we do free dental service for folks. The only thing about that is for folks to get that service, they have to call in and schedule an appointment. They have to be screened on Thursday, and then from the screening on Thursday, then their appointments are made on either Friday or Saturday. And I thought I would be here again this year saying these are the numbers you need to call, but we have already filled all of the appointments. We even have some standby appointments that have already been filled as well. So we're excited about doing this again. Some of our local dentists work with us to do that service, and we're grateful for all of those who are coming in and giving us their time to offer this service to the folks in the community. But also, as a part of it this year, on Saturday, we are doing a clothes giveaway. And that will be only on Saturday, but it will be going on at the same time. Folks will be going in the dental unit itself in the trailer there, and we'll be giving those clothes away on Saturday. And we will do that until the clothes are gone, really. So we just want to invite folks out for that. And, again, we're grateful to be able to do this in our county again this year, and again, grateful for the support we've gotten.
And what time will the giveaway on clothes begin Saturday?
Well, we're starting the dental unit at 8 o'clock, so we would start at 8 o'clock giving the clothes away.
So they're both on Saturday, dental thing.
That's clothes on Saturday only now. That's the only thing there. So we would start and give away that morning, and so that would be the thing we're doing. Another thing that I would like to mention, on the 3rd of November, we had a family fun fest last year. We're going to have that again this year. That's open. We'll have a lot of things there. We'll have inflatables, a lot of booths, a lot of things. It's free for folks to come out, and we had a wagon ride. We'll have that again this year. We've got a little train that the kids can ride in. Just a lot of different things will be going on, and that's Saturday, November the 3rd, that we will be doing that. So we would like to invite folks out for that as well. But and then we got some other projects. These are a little further out. We got a day in November, looking at the 17th of November, we're going to have a Feed the Hungry Day on that, and then out into December we are looking forward to again doing a couple of weekends that we call Wrap Wayne in Love, where we do free gift wrapping of Christmas presents, and we typically do that out in front of Walmart.
I know Thanksgiving's right around the corner. They have the community worship service. When's that scheduled for?
That is scheduled for the 18th of November, and we will have that. It will begin at 6 o'clock. And I'm sure you're going to ask me who's going to be preaching at that.
That's all right. I just wanted to get today because it's always a great event. The music's incredible, and yes. I mean, it's amazing. It doesn't matter what denomination, everybody just comes for that community worship service. It kind of kicks off the holiday season.
It does.
And it's just a great event, so I just want to make sure people understand the date. That's
right. It is November the 18th. I do not have the preachers lined up. We always have a couple of our local pastors who will preach at that, and But the service will begin at 6 o'clock November the 18th. It is a great service. We're honored to host that. We always look forward to it.
It's the 18th. Is that a Wednesday, Thursday? Do you know?
That's a Friday. That's a Sunday. I'm sorry. Sunday, November the 18th. We hold it always the Sunday. We were doing it on Tuesday, but we moved it to the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And so it's.
And again, if anybody's out there listening has not been to a community-wide worship service, I strongly recommend that you come. Like I said, the place is packed, and you see all kinds of denominations people. Everybody just comes. It doesn't matter. Everybody just comes and has a great time. And as I mentioned, it kicks off the holiday season, and it's a great way to kick it off.
We would love folks to come to that, and there again, I wish I could tell folks, some of the folks out there listening, that they could get in on the dental unit as well, but all the slots are filled right now. But do remember the clothes giveaway.
What about the clothes? If people want to donate clothes, can they do that? Can they donate clothes?
Well, really, the donations have come through our church. It's been our church family that has made those donations, and so. But,
sounds good. Anything else that you want to tell us about?
No, I think that pretty much covers it today. I know that's a lot of things going on, but again, I want to just thank those local dentists. We have one coming out of Baxley, one coming out of Brunswick, helping us as well as some of our Jessup dentists helping us out. And I appreciate those folks that help us out so that we can do this and provide this service for our community during these days.
Well, it must have been a success last year if it's already filled this year, because normally they say you have to come on and tell people the dates, but apparently the word got out quickly. And
it did. It filled up quickly, and we're grateful.
Okay. Well, Pastor, always good to see you. Like I said, anytime you need time on show, just let us know.
All right. Thank you, Bob. Have a good day.
We got some more guests out in the green room. We'll be back with them right after this word from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Seasons change. Quality of service doesn't. For 75 years, First Franklin Financial has been serving the financial needs of your friends and neighbors. You can always depend on the caring staff to be there when you need them. Drop by and see your friendly Franklin folks at 1074 North Macon Street, or give them a call at 427-4237, or apply online at 1ffc.com. All loans are subject to our liberal credit policy and limitations, if any. First Franklin Financial Corporation, NMLSR number 141654. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
Stop creditor harassment today. Stop the worry of a pending repossession, garnishment, or foreclosure. Contact the Bankruptcy Group, Attorney R. Flake Cabinets, for an experienced assessment of your financial situation. They have locations in Brunswick, Hazelhurst, and now Jessup. They are a debt relief agency. They help people file for bankruptcy relief. Call the office at 912-375-5620. 375-5620 to set up your free consultation. Let the Bankruptcy Group do the worrying for you. Now serving Jessup.
I'm Deidre, the owner at Your Choice Auto. I promise it's worth the drive to Odom to save money on your next car. Listen, I've got a 2012 Chrysler 200 for only $6,500 and a 2008 Dodge Charger for only $4,500.
This car is cheap, girl! I'm Dayla. Y'all come see my mom at Your Choice Auto Group. Thank you. Small town, small price. Thank you for your business.
Welcome back. More of the Butch and Bob Show. Another guest in the studios with us, Tony Williams, Chief Financial Officer at Wayne County Board of Education. Tony, always good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Again, the East Floss vote coming up. Early voting begins Monday. As we mentioned many times, there's social media, there's a lot of false information out there, so the best thing to do is, School Superintendent Jay Brinson said it from day one, he feels as long as the correct information gets out there, people understand the importance of the East Floss for Wayne County and the kids of Wayne County and the school system, so you know it as well as anybody, so appreciate you being here. Tell us what you want us to know.
Well, I do want to get some correct information out there. I wanted to talk a little bit about what we have done in the past with our East Floss funds. We have built 4 new elementary schools. Scriven Elementary was around $8 million. Jessup Elementary was the largest school at $15 million. Odom Elementary around $13 million, and Martha Ross Smith $15 million. And we used the sales tax proceeds to pay back the bonds. We did borrow funds to be able to upfront the cost of these projects, and we have used the sales tax to pay back these bonds, and no local funds have been used to pay back the bonds. It's only been the sales tax proceeds. And as far as the new projects that we're proposing, we do have 4 new elementary schools. So James E. Bacon is the only elementary school that has not been renovated or replaced, and we do plan to renovate that at a cost of about $11 million. And all of these projects, we have been able to receive funds from the state as well as the sales tax funds, so that's helped offset some of the cost. We did have to use some of our general fund money to finish the cost of the Martha Ross Smith Elementary project, about $4 million. So we will be able to put that money back in the general fund with the new eSplost. We'll be able to purchase some new buses, hopefully a new track. That's been talked about for quite some time now. Some more athletic facility updates, some technology updates, and then there are some other projects on the list that will impact student achievement and extracurricular activities that aren't necessarily related to athletics.
And I think there's some paving projects as well. Is that what
There
we're talking
are. We
about?
talked about repaving some parking lots or creating some parking lots at some of the athletic facilities. You know, people just park on the grass. So we're hoping that maybe we can create some parking lots to for people to make it easier for people to park at those activities.
How long has the eSplost tax been in place? That's because you hear that all the time. It's a new tax, and that's the fallacy. It's not a new tax.
Right now,
it's just a continuation of the current tax, which has been in place, as you mentioned, been rolling in for years to build those schools.
Right. We had the first sales tax that we had was to build the new high school. And when that was put in place, the board at that time put a cap on the amount of money that they wanted to generate. They capped it at $9 million. So that one didn't even last the full 5 years that it's supposed to last. The next one that was in place was used to build Jessup Elementary and Scriven Elementary. And then this one that we're currently under was Martha Ross Smith and Odom Elementary. So we had a little gap in there between the high school and the other ones, but the ones that we're under now, it's been going on for 9 years now. So the sales tax in Wayne County, when you ride by the facilities, the school facilities, you can see your dollars at work. And if people have not seen these new elementary schools, I encourage them to go look at them. They are state-of-the-art facilities.
And you just joined us, Chief Financial Officer Tony Williams, in on the Butch and Bob Show, eSplost referendum on the ballot. If someone wants to read the referendum, do you have the referendum with you?
I did not bring it with me.
But they want to see the referendum. The referendum outlines, people say, where's the money going? The referendum will tell you where the money's going. So
it will.
So tell them where they can go and read the referendum that they'll see on the ballot beginning next Monday.
The referendum is on our website. We have a link on our website that has a lot of information out there on prior projects and the projects that we plan to do with this new eSplost. And we have financial reports. We have the reports on how we've spent the funds exactly to the penny, how much money we have spent. It's www.wayne.k12.ga.us. And if you look on the left-hand side of the page, there's a link there for eSplost information. And I think we've put out enough information that people can be educated about their vote.
As you mentioned, the last several eSplosts have been all about building the new schools. They built one, as you mentioned, Jessup as a new elementary school, Odom Elementary, Scriven Elementary, Martha Ross. That's what the eSplosts in the years past.
Correct.
And that was the big relief. We don't have to build a brand new school. So what are we going to do now with the eSplost money that comes in? But like you said, it's air-conditioned buses, renovation to James E. Bacon, right. The new tracks on the forecast. If the eSplost passes, they want to build a new track. And as you mentioned, paving projects, technology is always an issue. So right. Those are the issues now.
Right. And James E. Bacon Elementary will look like a brand new school. The outside will change, and of course, because we're spending $11 million on that school. $4 million of that will come from the state, and the remainder will come from this sales tax. And it will be just like a brand new school. Right.
And a question's been asked, the plan is the Board of Education moved over to Martha Ross Smith Old Elementary. That's where
right.
they're at. So the plan is to demolish the current Board of Education
Right.
building. But people keep asking me, are they going to demolish it if the E-SPLOST doesn't pass, or how does that work?
We haven't gotten that far to make that decision. Of course, there's going to be a cost involved of demolishing that building, and we plan to maybe make a playground that could be used for James E. Bacon. They're kind of landlocked. They don't have a lot of room for their PE kids to go out and play. And then it could also be used for some athletic events also. So we haven't gotten to the point to come up with a plan that if this E-SPLOST does not pass, what we're going to do with that building. There's a very likely chance that it'll have to remain intact for a while until we can figure out what we're going to do with our general fund, because $4 million of this E-SPLOST has got to go back into our general fund.
We've got a question here that kind of relates to that. It says, if the E-SPLOST does not pass, what will have to be cut from the general budget? And that was one of the things you just mentioned there with that building. So,
right. And one of the things, we have not raised the millage rate we've had the same millage rate for several years now. We have cut our budget in the past 10, 15 years so much. We had 37 furlough days over a period of 5 years that cut $7 million out of our budget. And that was money taken out of our employees' pockets, and that was money that was taken out of the local economy. And during that time, we did not raise the millage rate. We cut the expenditures. Those are your only two choices. You can raise your revenue or decrease your expenditures. And we chose to cut the expenditures during that time. We would probably have to make some more cuts to our general fund budget, but there would be a very, very likely chance that we would have to raise the millage rate.
And what years did that happen? Because, I know all the teachers that went through that remember it well, but I don't remember the dates. But like I said, it would really hurt people. There are a lot of families in Wayne County where the husband and wife were both teachers and both took cuts. So what were the years that took place?
It was around 2009, 2010, and it was a period of 5 years. Again, 37 days from all employees.
Right.
$7 million. For 15 years, there were eight of 15 years our employees did not receive a raise at all. As a matter of fact, their pay was cut. So, and we've also taken some pretty big hits from the state. The funds that we receive from the state for our general fund have been cut by $31 million over the past 16 years. We've had to make up for that locally, and that has had an impact. That's why we've had to cut our expenditures.
And school buses are expensive. You know this better than anybody. In years past, going back several years, the state used to provide each school system with a bunch of buses, but they've really cut back on that. That's why the E-SPLOST is important to buy new school buses, because the state used to fund that, but now they don't. It's a local expense.
A school bus is around $80,000. That's without an air conditioner. And the state, I remember when I started at the Board of Education, the state was funding 5 or 6 buses a year.
Every year, right, to every school system.
And now we get maybe enough money for 1.5 buses. So our bus fleet is very, very old. Of course, there's a lot of wear and tear because we have a lot of dirt roads in Wayne County. And so that is a very, very important project for us to be able to purchase new school buses for our kids.
So again, it's already on the books. They project, they come different figures every time, but you may know this better. Do we know how much percentage of it comes from people traveling through Wayne County? Is it 30%? Is it 40%? How do they determine that? People ask me that question all the time.
I'm not exactly sure how they determine that, but the figure that I've been given is 25 to 30%. And when we go into other counties, even if we stop to just have a meal at a restaurant or make a small purchase, we're building their schools for them. And when people travel through Wayne County, they're helping build our schools. They're helping us purchase school buses. So it's a fair tax, and everyone pays it, not just the residents of Wayne County, anyone that travels through our county typically.
And that's what I try to tell people. I don't know what the percentage is, but I know if you go to Savannah, if you go to Brunswick, you go to out to eat, you go to movie, whatever, you go anywhere and spend any money, you're paying their 1
You're
cent.
building their schools.
You're helping them.
You're building their schools.
So we want to get, when people come through our town and come visit us, we want their money as well. So.
Yeah, I have a habit of going through the Walmart parking lot and looking to see how many out of county tags I see, just to see how many people are in there helping fund the school system projects.
Well, again, you're going to speak tomorrow at Ballots and Barbecues. I'm sure you're going to give about the same information. Are people calling with questions about the E-Splost? Are you getting any calls? Or
I have not had that many questions. I've seen a few people, around town that ask me questions, and we've had a couple requests for information, but not a whole lot, because we really have tried to let the public know that our website's there and that all the information that they need, the referendum word for word is there. That's exactly what they'll see when they go to vote. It's the same wording. So we haven't really had a lot of requests for information, but we've also had a lot of people out there promoting it. The Children First Committee has been very, very active in trying to help promote this, and they have been out getting information out, handing flyers out, speaking to PTO and parent groups and booster clubs and things like that.
Okay, again, Chief Financial Officer Tony Williamson are talking about the E-Splost. Again, the early voting gets underway Monday. If you want to register to vote and be eligible to vote, you have to do it today. So make sure you call the registrar's office. Again, it's important everybody be registered to vote. And it's important everybody gets out and vote. So hopefully a good turnout. I said you got the governor's race, lieutenant governor, all the state races, local races, the E-Splost referendum, the Sunday alcohol sales in the city of Jessup. So I'm expecting a pretty good turnout here in Wayne County.
Yeah, we are expecting a very large turnout. So it should be a large turnout. So hopefully the correct information gets out there. If anybody, again, where's the referendum at? On the website. It's on our website, www.wayne.k12.ga.us.
And in that referendum, it tells and lays out what the money's going to be used for.
It does. It doesn't give the dollar amounts, but it does list all of the projects.
Right. And it runs for 5 years?
It's 5 years. It'll begin July 1st of 2019.
And it's expected to generate approximately, like I said, it's a guess, right?
17 million.
And 11 of that 17 will be used towards...
7 of that will go towards James C. Bacon. We'll get $4 million from the state.
So that's where I got the 11 figures. So 4 comes from the state.
Yep.
Because they're the ones that came in, suggested this, right?
Right.
Explain that process, because that's when Jay was here. I said that's the question I'm sure you get all the time. Why? How come Odom got a new school, Jessup got a new school, Martha Ross got a new school, Scriven got a new school, but James E. Bacon doesn't get a new school? Why are they going to just renovate it? Explain that.
The issue is land. That's one of our issues. And in order to build an elementary school, based on the student population, you have to have a certain number of acres in order to build there. James E. Bacon has some newer parts. There's some classrooms that were built not very long ago. And the money that we are getting is above and beyond what is considered our entitlement money. This is modernization money, and we were eligible for that because of the age of James E. Bacon. And so if we had not decided to do this and had wanted to build a new school, we would have had to wait a lot longer to generate the money from the state in order to do this project.
And part of James E. Bacon is what they call the old nest, where they play basketball. They still have PE classes in there.
They do.
It's not I know the recreation department still use it. How nice is that going to look after the
renovation? That gym will be just as nice as the new gyms that are at the new schools. It's going to be a very, very nice gym. And again, if we can get that other building demolished, those kids will have an area to play kickball or do some activities while they're in PE. But that gym will not look the same.
All right. And again, the other projects, as you mentioned, technology, paving projects, air-conditioned school buses. How many buses are they predicted to buy?
We're wanting to buy about $2 million worth, and we probably won't buy them all in 1 year. We'll spread it out over the 5 years, because what we found with buses and technology is that when you make one large purchase, everything becomes outdated at the same time. So we're going to try to spread that over the 5 years and get a few, every year for 5 years.
And the track, how much is earmarked for the track?
We've got $1.5 million earmarked for the track.
Right.
And we've got a comment on that as well. Why was it decided to put more money into the new track after they spent the money on the current track? And are we going to be able to recoup any of the money from the company for the job that really was not done correctly?
That's a continuous story.
The project, the old track, was really just a Band-Aid. We knew that we were going to have to either rip that up and do a new track or find a new location for a track. And it does not look good, but we really didn't spend a lot of money on it. You get what you pay for. And there was not a lot of money put into that, considering the cost of a new track. And It does look bad. I agree with that. But the plan is to build a new state-of-the-art track facility.
And where are they going to build it? Because that's the big argument.
That I do not
know.
know.
The track coach and the AD, they like to go in and renovate JC Stadium and move out some bleachers and build it right there. And then there's discussion of building over where the new high school is. So that we keep battling back and forth. Those decisions, I guess they're going to wait till these SPLOST pass and then make that decision.
Those are decisions that the board will make. Dr. Brinson and the board will discuss those two locations, and they'll come up with.
But
what
it's safe
they
to
think
say
is the
right
best
now,
plan.
the final decision on where it's going to be built has not been finalized.
I don't think the final decision has been made on the location of the
that's
new
still
track.
under discussions,
Right.
because there's two separate groups with
There
two
are.
separate ideas. So it'll be
Yes.
interesting how that plays out. But
Yes.
first things first, got to get these SPLOST passed, because
right.
without the money, there is going to be no track.
That's exactly right.
Somebody said the other day, they said, man, it wasn't months ago before. It was just a few months ago where everybody was talking about new pool. We're going to build a brand new pool facility.
Right.
And that discussion with the county raising the millage 5 mils, that discussion's
Right.
gone by the wayside. Exactly.
Yeah, that project.
So
has
hopefully we'll see
definitely
a
been put on
track
hold.
and we get East SPLOST passed. So
Right.
well, again, Tony, we'll look forward to his ballots and barbecues tomorrow. I think that's pretty much sold out of advance.